everyone, welcome to Trade. Today we're going to be seeing few levels for Nifty and Banknifty for 27 December Monday. What I have opened here is the daily chart of Banknifty. A few days back in a couple of my videos, I did mention that once after a really long time we have come below the 200 EMA. In this plot, what you see, the purple is a 20, blue is 50, black is 100 and the pink line is the 200 EMA. So once we slip, probably we could retest and go down again is what I had mentioned. We exactly took the retest yesterday at 35,450 and dipped. I have not been able to trade from past few days due to few personal reasons. I won't be, probably only next Monday I can take a trade, and probably even next week I won't be able to trade much. The next trade for me, the good trading will come back probably only after Jan, in the new year. So as I was mentioning in the previous videos, we did get a retest to 200 EMA and slip, right? So this was a good move, or even a short over here like 35,440 was a good move. Now coming to this chart where we have a levels marked manually, I'm just going to remove this. This gap is not required anymore, and also remove this blue line. Probably we can keep this resistance here, this resistance. See, once this trend line, we also had this trend line marked in the previous analysis, right? And yesterday I could not make an analysis. It was not keeping well. So, see, we kind of had this pattern formed, and once that broke, we came and tested this lower support. This is also close to R3 of CPR. I'll be showing that. So the beautiful shot was in the morning, but once this trend line broke and S1 of CPR broke, it was a beautiful shot. Now just looking at that this is nothing but where I have the daily, monthly and the weekly CPR added. See, the moment this S1 broke, right, we could have taken a shot until S2, and probably even if somebody had stayed until S3, this was a very good trade. These trades like this are like my jackpot trades, okay, when the S1 breaks and along with the trend line. So you're kind of like getting a double confirmation. There is nothing like that in trading. So nothing better than that than getting like double confirmation in trading. So once this trend line broke and this S1 broke, this was a good trade. But I missed it in the end. I tried to do some scalping, but I could only log in after 3, and there's nothing much I could do. It's only about $100. So I just let it go. Now coming for the trade possibility for next week. I'm just going to shift back to this chart. See, on this 15 minutes time frame in Banknifty, when we see the structure, after all this fall, right, let me just make this bigger. See, after all this fall, we had a nice correction, like a rising wedge, nice correction, and now this has broken. We slipped. So I do have a feeling if we start slipping further again, right, we could see lower levels of 34,390 and probably even 34,000. A test of this is possible. So we got a good impulsive move. Again, we went into a correction, probably just remain sideways a little bit, and again get one dip is possible, is what I'm expecting. Let's see how it goes on Monday. But any trade on the upside would be about 35,000. And we'll have to be careful on the upside. There's a lot of resistance at 35,000 in the OI. I'll be showing you the open interest as well. And see, what happens usually is whenever a trend line breaks, sometimes the price goes and retests the trend line. Even that is possible. Like if we come up, probably we'll retest this trend line and again dip. That's also a possibility. Now looking at the CPR for tomorrow, we have a lower ratio. See, what is that lower ratio is? If you go to my channel in the learning videos, there's all about CPR. See, when the CPR is higher compared to the previous CPR, right, it kind of indicates a bullishness in the market. However the market moves, it will be closing higher. That's what it says. That's what it means. But when we get a lower value, that means the market can come down a little more. It's just a symbol that shows there is some bearishness in the market, right? So in case for some reason we get a gap up, say until 250, that will be too much. It will immediately get sold into for sure if we gap up somewhere here. or wherever we gap up, probably we can wait for kind of this trend line follow, and once that breaks we can take a shot. And all the levels on the lower side is marked S1. The CPR levels will hold good. See, this is the previous week S1, and probably over here will again take support at if we fall until here 33,950, because we have the monthly CPR. And next week, since it's a new week, we'll have the weekly CPR coming up, so we'll have to keep a track of that. See, these three lines, right, this dotted orange, purple, orange was the weekly CPR for this week. And this week we never touched it. It was like a virgin CPR. So even next week the CPR will get formed somewhere here, right? So there is a chance we might go until the weekly CPR, wherever it opens. It's not plotted here. It will only get plotted on Monday, and then we might take a dip. Even that is also a possibility. And any trade on the upside is best if we start trading above 35,000. Probably the targets can be 35,250 based on the CPR. The first targets can be R1 35,290, but I'm not betting on too much of an up move, so let's see how it goes. And looking at the open interest for Banknifty, this is December monthly expiry. See, we have a lot of resistance at 35,000. Even today the call sellers have been added, so anything close to 35,000 might get sold into on Monday, and a good support at 34,500, where we have only the puts sellers that have been added. If that breaks, then there's no support until 34,000 based on the open interest. See, even if 35,000 breaks, the next support is coming in at resistance breaks. The next resistance is coming in at 35,200. So yeah, this is with the OI. Now looking at the Nifty. Even Nifty had a huge gap up today based on the global markets, and then from there we had a sell-off. So these lines that I marked will hold good. Now just turning on the CPR. So even today Nifty from R1 we got a sell-off. We had a very narrow CPR, and then we almost came in at S3 of CPR. Right, I'll just turn off this line so it will be more clear. See, again in Nifty we had a bullish scenario where the CPR was higher, we started moving higher. This was a narrow CPR. I did mention that there could be a change of trend, but sorry, I didn't make a video yesterday, but I had a view that there could be some reversal because of the narrow CPR, and tomorrow is a lower CPR ratio, right? So again we might slip a little bit. See, a good trade for Nifty on the short side would be if 16,920 is broken. Probably we might touch 16,850 or even 16,800. And if we start trading above 17,050, maybe we'll get to test this level of 17,100 and 150. See, we had this kind of this resistance marked, right, for this day. So even yesterday we kind of took resistance here at about 1720. Today we gapped up above it and fell. So even the gap up didn't sustain. This shows there is still some selling pressure left. In case we comfortably trade above this 17,050, right, the next target is 17,297 only. And even in Nifty we kind of had this trend line. If people had observed, once kind of this trend and the range broke, it was a good shot. See, the kind of move that we got was almost 240 points down, and again we shot up another 150 points and again slipped in the end. So see, when the market moves like this, now this is the Banknifty chart again. So the analysis is done for Nifty and Banknifty. See, when the market moves like this, right, for intraday, if we can just capture this one move, that is like more than enough. We don't have to aim to capture everything in the market. That is one rule that has helped me. And looking at the open interest for Nifty, see, we do have some support at 17,000, though we have closed today at 17,003. We do have some good support at 17,000, and pretty good resistance is at 17,150 and 17,200. And if 17,000 breaks, some support is coming in at 16,900. See, compared to Bank Nifty, the at the money strike of 17,000 is showing a lot of support right now. So we'll have to wait and see how it opens on Monday, if that support holds or it'll break. So that's it for Nifty and Bank Nifty for Monday. Hope everybody has a good weekend and a good Christmas, and see you all next week for some analysis video. Thank you.